Saya Yusuf Zudi Albana.
Dan saya Athilla.
Di sini kami akan membuat podcast untuk mata kuliah bahasa Inggris. Oke, lanjut ke video. Okay, today I want to speak honestly, no filters, no drama, just truth. The topic is cheating. Many people hear this word and feel something heavy in their chest. Some people feel anger, some people feel fear, some people feel pain, some people feel shame. Cheating is not a fictional story. It is not a movie scene. It is not entertainment. It happens in real life. It happens in real relationships. It happens to real people. We live in a time where relationships are everywhere. Social media makes it easier to connect, easier to talk, easier to hide, easier to lie. People do not easily cheat in one big moment. It starts small. A message at midnight, a joke that feels too personal, a compliment that goes too far, a secret that feels exciting. At first, it feels harmless, it feels fun, it feels alive. Then it grows. People start hiding their phones, people start change routines, people start locking things that were once open. People start lying without shaking. Cheating is not only about touching. Cheating is about betrayal. Cheating is about breaking safety. Cheating is about breaking the promise without saying it out loud. People often ask, why do people cheat? The answer are many. Some people feel bored, some people feel lonely, some feel insecure, some want attention, some want power, and some want control. But none of these are excuses. Cheating is always a choice. It's not an accident, it's not a sleep, it's not something that magically happens. Every cheater makes a series of decisions. They decided to reply, they decide to flirt, they decide to hide, they decide to continue. Okay, let's talk about the people who get cheated on. They give their time, they give their trust, they give their heart. They build dreams, they make plans, they imagine a future. Then everything breaks. They start to question themselves. Am I not enough? Was I boring? Was I too much? Was I too quiet? Was I too loud? These thoughts are dangerous. These thoughts are toxic. These thoughts are lies. The problem was never you. The problem was never your worth. The problem was never your love. Being cheated on changed people. People become silent. People become guarded. People become distant. People become afraid. They start reading between lines. They start checking phones. They start counting reply times. And they start expecting pain. And that is hard. That is exhausting. That is painful. Let's be clear about something. Loving someone deeply is not weakness. Trusting someone is not stupidity. Being loyal is not foolish. Those are strengths. Those are rare qualities. Those are valuable traits. In this session, we are not here to judge. We are here to understand. We are here to reflect. Because cheating connects to many things. Mental health, self-worth, trust issues, trauma, fear of abandonment. Sometimes the person who cheats also carries pain, old wounds, broken families, past betrayals. But past pain does not justify present damage. If you are unhappy, you speak. If you feel lonely, you communicate. If you feel disconnected, you try. You do not destroy someone's heart quietly. We also need to talk about normalization. Movies make cheating look romantic. Series make cheating look exciting. Songs make cheating sounds beautiful, but they never show the real side. They never show the sleepless nights. They never show the shaking hands. They never show the silence crying in bathrooms. They never show the broken trust. They never show the constant overthinking. They never show the emotional trauma. And that is why this conversation matters. Because silence protects the damage. Silence allows repetition. Silence allows normalizations. Tonight, we break the silence. We talk about loyalty. We talk about trust. We talk about pain. And we talk about responsibility. This is not about perfect relationships. This is about real choice. You always have a choice to respect, to be honest, to walk away, or to betray. This conversation is not here to scare you. This conversation is here to wake up you up. Before you cheat, before you lie, before you hide, think. Think about the heart you will break. Think about the trust you will destroy. Think about the damage that will stay. Because cheating is fast, but healing is slow. And tonight, we start this story with honesty.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
Welcome back, guys.
Welcome to our podcast.
Today, we choose a heavy topic.
We talk about cheating,
Why people cheat,
how it starts,
how it feels,
and how it's destroyed us.
let's start from the basics.
What is cheating for you?
For me, cheating starts from lying.
Even small lies?
Yeah, small lies grow.
I agree. Honesty is the first thing that springs.
Many people think cheating is only physical.
But emotional cheating is real too.
Texting late at night,
Hiding chats,
changing passwords.
turning phone away.
It sounds simple,
But
but it hurts a
not
lot. People always ask, why do people cheat?
I think it starts from unmet needs,
Lack of attention,
lack of communication.
lack of appreciation. But cheating is still a choice.
Yes, no one forces you.
Let's get into it. Well, sometimes I feel like cheating is one of those problems that people
Mm.
talk about all the time, but not many people really sit down and think about seriously because they only look at the surface and never think about how deep it impacts us.
I agree with you. Because when people hear the word cheating, they usually think about physical stuff only. But they forget about emotional cheating, mental distance, and the slow destruction of trust that happens long before anything physical even starts.
That's true. And what scares me is how normal it has become. Like people joke about it, people make memes, people share stories like it's entertainment, but they never talk about the trauma behind each story.
Yeah, and I think social media plays a big role in that. Because no, it is so easy to hide things,
Yeah.
to create secret accounts, to archive chats, and to live double life without your partner knowing anything until it's too late.
You know what makes it worse for me when people say things like, it was only chatting or it didn't mean anything. Because if it didn't mean anything, why did you hide it? Why did you delete message and why did you feel guilty?
Exactly, because real loyalty does not need hiding, and real honesty does not need locked folders. And if you feel the need to protect your bond more than your relationship, then something is already broken.
Sometimes I think a lot of people cheat not because they are evil, but because they are empty inside and they do not know how to deal with their own emotion. So they look for validation from other people.
Yeah, they chase attention, they chase prizes, they chase someone who makes them feel special for a moment. But they forget that real love is boring sometimes. And boring doesn't not mean bad. Boring means stable.
People confuse excitement with happiness, and that is dangerous because excitement is temporary, but happiness is something that you build slowly through trust, communication, and boring everyday moments.
When someone gets cheated on, their brain changes because they start questioning everything. They start doubting their own memories and they start wondering if they were crazy for trusting so much.
And the worst part is the person who gets cheated on usually blames themselves first. They think they were not good enough, not attractive enough, and not interesting enough, when in reality the problem starts from the cheater's lack of boundaries.
I've seen people who used to be confident, peaceful, and calm, but after being cheated on, they turned into someone anxious, suspicious, and scared of losing people, and that change is heartbreaking to watch.
Sometimes I ask myself if someone already feels unhappy in a relationship, why not just leave? Why stay and destroy someone emotionally while secretly enjoying attention from someone else?
Mm, I think some people are addicted to comfort. They want the safety of a stable relationship, but they also want the thrill of something new, and they are too selfish to give up either side.
That's why cheating is not an accident. It is a series of decisions because first you reply a story, then you start a casual chat, then you hide the phone, then you lie, and every stage is a conscious step.
And when they get caught, they suddenly cry, suddenly apologize, suddenly promise to change, but the trust has already been started into pieces. And putting it back together is harder than people think.
Hmm. Do you think people who cheat really regret it, or do they only regret getting caught?
Mm, I think some regret the pain they caused, but many only regret losing control over the situation. Because as long as they are not caught, they feel smart, powerful, and safe.
That makes me think about how cheating also connects to ego, because some people feel proud that they can manage two people at the same time, like it gives them some sick sense of achievement.
Yeah, and that kind of mindset is dangerous in any relationship because you stop seeing your partner as a human being with feelings and you start seeing them as something you own and manipulate.
When trust is broken, it doesn't only affect love, but also friendships, work, and self confidence, because that person starts carrying fear into every part of their life.
That is why mental health is such a big part of this topic because people suffer silently and sometimes they smile in public but they cry alone at night and nobody knows what is going on inside their head.
What annoys me is when society tells people to just move on, like it is easy, like you can delete memories, share jokes, habits, and dreams that you built with someone for months or years.
Yes, moving on is not about forgetting, it is about learning how to live with the scar. And scars do not disappear, they only become part of who you are.
Okay, now let's talk about long distance relationships
Ah,
because
yes.
I feel like they are more vulnerable to cheating, not because people are weak, but because this distance creates silence, and silence creates space for other people to enter.
Yeah, I think when someone feels lonely for too long and their partner is not physically there, they start craving thoughts, attention, and simple things like being seen and heard, and that is where temptation grows.
But still, Being lonely does not give anyone the right to betray someone who trusts them, because loneliness is a feeling, but cheating is an action that destroys someone else.
I also feel like peer pressure is underrated in this topic because if your friend normally is cheating, talk about it and support it, you slowly become desensitized to how serious it is.
True. And your environment shapes your standards. And if you are surrounded by people who think cheating is normal, you start lowering your own moral boundaries without even realizing it.
Mm. Um, let's talk about rebuilding trust.
Okay.
Because for people who choose to stay, this process is painful, slow, and exhausting. And both sides feel like they are walking on broken glass.
The person who cheated feels controlled, watched, and judged, while the person who got cheated on feels insecure, scared, and never fully at peace. And that dynamic is hard to fix.
That is why I always think prevention is easier than healing. Because once a heart is broken, it's never returned to its original shape.
Sometimes I think about how much power our choice have, because one message, one reply, one late night call can change the entire direction of someone's lives.
People underestimate the weight of small action, but small action will over time because habit shapes a character.
Okay. If someone feels unhappy, or bored, or unfulfilled, the mature way is to communicate, not to betray, not to lie, and not to create a second life behind someone's back, but to communicate.
Hmm. And if someone feels like they no longer love their partner,
Hmm.
the honest way is to live with respect, not to stay and slowly poison the other person hurt with lies.
Do you think people will ever stop cheating?
Uh, my statement for stop cheating, yes. I think some people will learn,
Okay.
some people will grow, and
Okay.
some people will never change. Because changing requires self awareness, and not everyone wants to face themselves.
At least talks like this help people reflect, even if just a little.
Yes, even just a little. Yeah. Even if one person listen and think twice before hurting someone, that's already matters.
Okay, I like talk like this because they feel real, not sugar coated and not fake.
Yeah, I like too. Same, because real conversations are not always comfortable, but they are honest.
Alright, I think we covered a lot, and honestly, I feel like we could still go on for another hour.
Yeah, this topic has too many layers.
Thanks for talking with me about this.
Okay, we can do this anytime.
Yeah, I think that's enough for today.
Yes, heavy topic,
And cheating breaks trust.
and trust is hard to rebuild.
If you are in a relationship, talk more.
Be honest.
Do not look for escape in another person.
Face the problems.
Thanks for listening. I am Albana.
I'm Athilla. See
See
you
you
in
in
the
the next
next video.
episode. Take care, guys.
Bye.
Now we reach the moment of reflection. After all the words, after all the truths, after all the reality. One fact stays strong. Cheating changed lives. Some people become colder, some people become quieter, distant, and empty. Trust does not break loudly. It breaks quietly, inside heart, inside mind. If you're watching this and you have been cheated on, listen closely. Your pain is real, your tears are real, your anger is valid. You did not imagine it, you did not overreact, you did not deserve it. You love, you trust, you tried. That matters. Do not let someone else's mistake redefine your worth. You are not too much, you are not too weak, you are not too hard to love. You give love honestly, that is strength. Healing takes time. Some days feel light, some days feel heavy, some days feel impossible. All of them are normal. You do not need to rush, you don't need to pretend, you do not need to force smiles. Take your time. If you're watching this and you are the one who cheated, this part is for you. Do not hide behind excuses. Do not blame stress. Do not blame loneliness. Do not blame distance. Face it. Growth starts with honesty. Change starts with accountability. Saying sorry means nothing without action. Real apology is behavior. Real remorse is change. Real growth is consistency. And understand is truth. Not everyone will forgive you. You cannot demand healing from someone you hurt. That is the right. Let's talk about loyalty. Loyalty is not a feeling. Loyalty is not a mood. Loyalty is a decision. Every single day, even when bored, even when curious, even when tempted, character shows when nobody watch. Let's talk about real love. Real love feels safe. Real love feels calm. Real love feels steady. It does not make you anxious. It's not make you beg. It's not. It does not make you question your value. If love hurts you constantly, it's not love. If love breaks your spirit, it's not a love. If love steals your peace, it's not love. Walking away is not weakness. Staying loyal is not old-fashioned. Being honest is not boring. Those are strengths. Let's talk about boundaries. Healthy relationships needs clear line, clear talks, clear respect. If something feels wrong, it usually is. If something needs hiding, it should not exist. And for those still hurting, listen carefully. You will not stay broken forever. You will laugh again, you will trust again, you will love again. But it will happen slowly. It will happen gently. It will happen naturally. Do not lose your softness because of someone else's darkness. A soft heart in a hard world is power. Life remembers action. Lies leaves marks. Betrayal leaves shadow. Honesty leaves peace. And at the end of the day, you live with yourself. You live with your choice. You live with your consequence. Before sending that message, before hiding the truth, before breaking that heart, think, is it worth the damage? Is it worth the pain? Is it worth the memory? Some people lose God's soul because they chase a moment. Some people lose safety because they chase excitement. Temporary pleasure fades. Permanent damage stay. Choose wisely. For anyone watching this, you deserve peace. You deserve honesty. You deserve loyalty. Do not accept less. And to everyone healing out there, respect yourself, protect your heart, and never feel ashamed for loving deeply. Thank you for staying until the end. Take care of your heart and take care of your hearts you touch. Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Bye, have a great time.